Loss comes in many forms, and usually in unexpected ways. It can be devastating, leaving you facing an uphill struggle to go on with life without someone you thought would always be there. But life does go on, and even in the deepest despair, we can find hope. Welcome to Grief Relief with your hosts, Drs. Gloria and Heidi Horsley, brought to you by the Open to Hope Foundation, helping people find hope after loss. And now here's Dr. Gloria and Dr. Heidi.
Welcome to Grief Relief. I'm your host, Dr. Gloria Horsley, with my co-host and daughter,
Dr. Heidi Horsley.
Well, Heidi, we've got an interesting show today because it's an organization you and I both dearly love, which is the Compassionate Friends. And you're on the board.
I am. I've been on the board for almost 3 years, and you served on the board for 6 years, right?
Right. And the organization is for those people who have lost children, grandchildren, and siblings. Wonderful organization. We'll be talking to the executive director, Alan Pedersen, about the organization, and then we have a roll-in from the National Candlelighting, which is an amazing event, and I think you're going to enjoy seeing the candlelighting, and maybe as a result of watching this show today, you'll do your own little candle lighting at home with your family, or next year you'll join a Compassionate Friends National Candle Lighting.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just want to say that this organization really changed my life, Mom, because I felt like I was with a group of siblings that had had a loss and that really understood what I was going through.
Let's get started with Alan.
Okay. Hi, Alan.
Hi.
What are we doing today?
Hello, Alan Pedersen, one of our favorite people, by the way.
Absolutely.
Two of my favorite ladies, and what an honor. I mean, I love doing the show. I don't know how many times I've been on the show. It's been an honor every time. Great stuff that you guys are doing here, and so much good grief information. So what an honor to be back.
Well, now you're executive director of the Compassionate Friends for this year's candle lighting, and the holidays are a tough time for a lot of people, aren't they?
You know, they are, and you know, people, they want a couple sentence answer to how do we cope and how do we survive in the holidays. And I think everybody just does it in their own way. It's difficult. We set new traditions. The thing I love about the Compassionate Friends and this candle lighting service and what it did for me early on after my daughter Ashley died in 2001 is it gave me a place going into the holiday season, this kind of sacred space and place where I could be with her and just focus on her for an evening. And I attended my first candle lighting service back in 2001 in December in Colorado out in about 7-degree weather. But it really helped me to kind of feel like I got centered around remembering her for the holidays and being able to be in a sacred space with her. So, but it's tough. Holidays are tough.
Well, and I'm thinking that the candle lighting is so powerful because you're in this room with over 100 people and everybody's had a shared experience of losing a family member. And it kind of transcends words as you're lighting the candle and paying tribute to the life that they lived and celebrating the life. It is just really, really powerful, and it's healing.
Yeah, there's just something we know from experience. There's something very sacred about that most pure of light, that candle, when we light it, because it speaks so much. It speaks of you know, about how we feel about them, and so while we're there, and on one hand, we're acknowledging that they've died, we're certainly remembering that they lived, and that all kind of comes together in this very sacred ceremony that we have. But I think it's very important. Ritual, I think, is so important for us, and I think this is one great way to do it. And you look around the room, and what do you see? I'm not alone. And that helps, especially this time of year.
Well, let's talk about that, I'm not alone. And we can talk, after we get the roll in, we'll talk a little bit more about the candle lighting. But talk about the Compassionate Friends now. Here I am, and now I've heard them say that it's for parents, grandparents, and siblings. How do I find you? And
well, you can find us obviously on the web at www.thecompassionatefriends.org. But we are, you know, we call ourselves an organization, but I feel like we're a family. More than 650 chapters of the Compassionate Friends are in the United States. And, you know, we're a grief support organization, a peer-to-peer organization where we don't sit down and teach grief classes and that type of thing. We just sit around and talk about our kids, our grandkids, our siblings. I've been involved with the Compassionate Friends since 2001. To be the executive director today of this incredible organization is just, is amazing because I've gotten so much from it. Early on, I just attended meetings in Littleton, Colorado at the at my chapter, and it was a place every month I could go and just sit down and tell
talk
Ashley's.
about Ashley. Yeah, talk a little bit about Ashley and tell people.
My daughter Ashley was 18 when she was killed in an automobile accident, August 15th of 2001. At that time, I'd never heard of this organization called the Compassionate Friends. I felt completely helpless, hopeless, overwhelmed. I couldn't imagine how on earth am I going to survive a lifetime without my daughter. I got a letter in the mail telling me about the Compassionate Friends, and I walked in the door that first night, and for the first time since she died, I realized I'm not crazy, I'm grieving. And I was with other people who understood my journey and who didn't try to push me, who didn't try to fix me. They just let me say her name and tell her story, and that is so important, and especially early on in grief, because many times our friends and even family, they hush. You know, they're afraid to say the name because they're going to upset us.
Yeah.
And so the Compassionate Friends is just an incredible organization where you can go and get help and get support to realize you're not walking the journey by yourself. Or you can meet other people who, when you think you cannot survive this loss, you can look at somebody else and go, well, gosh, you know, if you've made it 6 months or 1 year or 5 years or 15 years, then maybe I can too. But we walk with each other. That's what I love about it.
Yeah, and it's also an opportunity to serve. For people who are ready now to move out, one of the healing things after you're through the, you know, a year or two, maybe you're ready to move out and serve other people and make meaning, try to make meaning out of the loss.
Yeah, I've been honored to visit nearly 300 of our chapters.
That's amazing.
And you know what is amazing? It is our people. We have thousands of incredible volunteers that are chapter leaders. They facilitate meetings. They serve on steering committees. They set up chairs. They make the coffee. They hug you at the door. They sit and listen. They put out a newsletter. Just, it's their way of honoring their child or grandchild or sibling by helping that next person that walks through the door. And that's what's so beautiful about it, is there's a healing element that comes when we reach out and help. And I think that's a key component of probably what makes any organization like the Compassionate Friends work, because I believe the healing does begin when we start helping others.
And so now, let's, Heidi, go to the roll-in of the Compassionate Allen, of the Compassionate Friends Candlelighting, because I think it is quite an amazing experience that people will appreciate.
Absolutely.
We love you. Your light will shine on forever. We will remember our children, our siblings, our brothers, sisters, and grandchildren. They will live forever in our memories and in our hearts, and they truly will be our guiding lights. We love them.
Tonight I hold this candle in memory of you, hoping some way, somehow, my love will shine through. I close my eyes, lost in the glow. There are so many things that I want you to know. This candle says I love you. This candle says I miss you. This candle is saying that I remember you. When I'm holding it toward heaven, it feels like you are near. If you're looking down tonight and see this candle burning bright. It says I'm wishing you were here in the glow of this candle. I can almost see your smile, and it carries me away for a little while to another time, another place, when all it took to light up my world was your beautiful face. This candle says I love you. This candle says I miss you. This candle is saying that I remember you. When I'm holding it toward heaven, it feels like you are near. If you're looking down tonight and see these candles burning bright, it says we're wishing you were here. Well, someday, some way, I'll see you again, and I'll hold you in my heart. Until then, this candle says I love you. This candle says I miss you. This candle is saying that I remember you. When I'm holding it toward heaven, it feels like you are near. If you're looking down tonight and see this candle burning bright, it says I'm wishing you were here. If you're looking down tonight and see these candles burning bright, it says we're wishing you were here. This candle says I love you. The very first time I held a candle in honor of Ashley, I didn't want to put it out. I didn't want to extinguish it. Most of us share that story. It's very difficult to think about extinguishing that candle. And my dear friend Darcy Sims, I think I heard her say it like this, that no light born in love can ever be extinguished. And so those of us that have been doing this for a while have come to realize that as you extinguish that candle tonight, that you are simply turning on that light in your heart.
Well, Alan, that was amazing. The candle lighting is really something, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an awesome night. I get to do that every year on Candlelighting Night, and it is a special connection. And I believe the people there were touched and blessed, and what an honor to be part of.
And your song. Now, did you write that specifically for the candle lighting?
I did. I was in Atlanta, Georgia. I went to the National Conference of the Compassionate Friends in Atlanta, Georgia in 2004. And it was the first big candle lighting where there's 1,500 people in a hotel ballroom. And when you're with that kind of energy, that many people holding a candle in honor of their children, grandchildren, their siblings, the love that's in the room was so powerful. I went back to my hotel room and I wrote that song.
Wow, Tonight I Hold This Candle?
Yeah, and I played, that's the one song I played for my mom. I always tell people, before I recorded, I played that for my mom. Wow. I thought it was just okay, it was just another song. My mom looked at me and said, listen, That is the song you will be remembered for in the grief world. She said, I promise you, that's the one.
I have chills.
So it proves one thing. Listen to your mom.
Your mother's always right.
That song's been pretty good to me. Yes, it has.
It's a great song.
Well, yeah, it was so moving to see everybody with the candles and, you know, to remember your loved one in that way and to look at that light and to look at everybody else with their candles, have you singing.
And I do feel like Scott and Ashley, they are our guiding lights.
I do too.
And their light shines on, even though they're not physically here.
Yep. Yeah. And you know what I love? One man came up to me and his brother died of AIDS, I think it was probably 10 years ago. And he comes to every candle lighting to remember him. So what a beautiful thing. Have a place to go during the holidays to be able to be with people and have that sacred. It's a very sacred moment.
I had a lady
sacred
write to me on Facebook, said, you know what, that candle lighting, that's my date with my son every year. And it is just, like you said, I'm taking him out on a date. We get to spend some time together. So
that's incredible.
That's great.
Right.
Well, you know, I want to tell people that they can go to the national conference in Chicago this year, 2014, and you can do this huge candle lighting, which is an amazing thing. There'll be 1,500 people there, and they will light their candles. And I don't know what the song. I hope you'll sing that one, Alan. It would be fabulous. As
I don't know who's booking the singer that night, but I'll see what I can do.
It might be you.
Yeah.
No pressure, Alan.
Yeah, July 11th to the 13th, Chicago, Illinois. Go to our website. For the national conference, you can learn about grief. It's just a chance to connect with people all over the country. It's one of the greatest experiences you will give yourself.
Absolutely. And there's dozens of workshops, and there's something for everyone there.
There is. There really is.
And it's really wonderful. And try to get the siblings to come because it's an amazing, amazing experience. For the siblings. So, Alan, well, thank you for being with us, and it's so fabulous to see you again. And we will see you in Chicago. For everybody who is, you know, there. We'll all be there doing workshops and
thank you for all you do and all the support. I look forward to continuing to work with both of you. So.
Oh, great.
Absolutely.
And you too.
God bless you both.
Thanks,
God
Alan.
bless you.